Well, hello, good people, and welcome to Katawa Shoujo. I was playing this game earlier, but apparently I wasn't recording. So, yeah, I'm playing this through. I played like an hour. It'll be fine. A light breeze causes the naked branches overhead to rattle like wooden wind chimes. I still don't get that. Wooden wind... Who has wooden wind chimes? This is a popular retreat for couples in the summer. The deciduous trees provide a beautiful green but it's snowing. A beautiful green canopy, far out of sight of teachers and fellow students. Oh, that's nice. Too bad I'm going to school tomorrow. But now, in late winter, it feels like I'm standing under a pile of kindling. I breathe into my cupped hands and rub them together furiously to prevent them from numbing this cold. Just how long am I expected to wait out here anyway? I'm sure the note said 4 p.m. I am playing in Sisao, as you saw. Ah, yes, the note. Slipped between the pages of my math book while I wasn't looking. As far as cliches go, I'm more of a fan of the litter in the locker. But at least this way shows a bit of initiative. As I ponder the meaning of the note, the snowfall gradually thickens. The snowflakes silently falling from the white painted sky. Oh, wait, whoever's showing you up here isn't worth it if you're standing out in the cold. I mean, I like the cold too, but honestly. The snowflakes silently falling from the white painted sky are the only sign of time passing in this stagnant world. Their slow descent upon the open forest makes it seem like time is slow to a crawl. Ooh, the rustling of dry snow underfoot startles me. Interrupting the quiet mood, someone is approaching me from behind. He's out. You came? A hesitating, barely audible question. However, I recognize the owner of that dainty voice instantly. I feel my heart skip a beat. It's a voice I listened to hundreds of times, but never as more than an eavesdropper to a conversation. I turn to face this voice, the voice of my dreams, and my heart begins to race. So I'm assuming that's me, because Sal isn't a girl name, and that's Ivaneko. Ivaneko, I got a note telling me to wait here. It was yours? Damn it. I spent all afternoon trying to come up with a good line, and that was the result. Pathetic. Yes. I asked a friend to give you that note. I'm so glad you got it. A shy, joyous smile that makes me so tense I couldn't move a single muscle, even if I tried. I get it, you're in love. Heart pounding. My heart is pounding now, as if it were trying to burst from my chest and claim this girl for itself. How would that work? Because you wouldn't be alive to, whatever. So, here we are, out in the cold. Wow, well, real icebreaker. Ice, get it? I was kidding. I can't believe I made that joke. Once again, the wind stirs up the branches. The cacophonous noise is music to my ears. Even Echo flinches, ever so softly against the gust of wind. As it passes, she rights herself, as if supported by some new confidence. Her eyes locked with mine, and she lazily twirls her long dark hair on her fingers. All the while, the anxious beating of my heart grows louder. My throat is tight. I doubt I could even force a word out if I tried. You see, I wanted to know if you'd go out with me. I stand there motionless, save for my panting out. Just nod, man. I want to say something in reply, but my vocal cords feel like they've stretched beyond the breaking point. Nod! Hisao? I reach up to try to massage my throat, but it's only sends spikes of blinding pain along my arms. Hisao! My whole body freezes, save for my eyes, which shoot open in terror. Hisao! The beating in my chest suddenly stops, and I go weak at the knees. The world around me, the canopy of bare branches, the dull winter sky, even Echo running towards me, all these fade to black. The last thing I remember before slipping away are the sounds of even Echo screaming for help, and the incessant clatter of the branches above. Man, those branches, they're mocking you, man. They're mocking you. How do you feel? How do you feel now? My heart rate's not changing. It's the exact same every time. Katawa Shoujo. Can I skip it? Oh, I can! I never realized that! I went through it all last time. It's been 4 months since my heart attack. In that whole time, I can probably count the times I've left this hospital room, unsupervised, on one hand. 4 months is a pretty long time when you're left alone with your thoughts, so I have plenty of time to come to terms with my situation. Arrhythmia. A strange word. A foreign, alien one. One that you don't want to be in the same room with. A rare condition. It causes the heart to act erratically and occasionally beat way too fast. It can be fatal. Apparently, I've had it for a long time. They said it was a miracle that I was able to go on so long without anything happening. Is that really a miracle? I guess it was supposed to make me feel better, more appreciative of my life. It really didn't do anything to cheer me up. My parents, I think, were hit harder by the news than I was. They practically had 2 hemorrhages apiece. I had always had a full day by then to digest everything. To them, it was all fresh. They were even willing to sell our house in order to pay for a cure. Yes, because a house will pay for a cure to arrhythmia. I'll sell my computer to pay for a cure for cancer. Of course, there isn't a cure. Because of the late discovery of this condition, I've had to stay at the hospital to recuperate from the treatments. When I was first admitted, it felt as if I was missed. For about a week, my room in the ward was full of flowers, balloons, and cards. But the visitors soon dwindled, and all the get-well gifts began trickling down to nothing shortly after. I realized that the only reason I'd gotten so many cards and flowers was because sending me their sympathy had been turned into a class project. Man, his classmates are pricks. Let's be honest here. If that happened to me and you realized that no one actually liked you, they were forced to. I mean, wouldn't you rather have their actual sympathy rather than a forced one? Let's be honest here, everyone. Maybe some people were genuinely concerned, but I doubt it. Even in the beginning, I barely had visitors. By the end of the first month, only my parents came by on a regular basis. Iwanako was the last to stop visiting. Wow, she didn't get a lot of screen time, did she? After 6 weeks, I never saw her again. We never had that much talk about when she visited anyways. We didn't touch the subject that was between us on that snowy day ever again. Why the hell not? Honestly, dude. The hospital? It's not really a place I'd like to live in. The doctors and nurses feel so impersonal and faceless. I guess because they are in a hurry and they have a million other patients waiting for them, but it makes me feel uncomfortable. For the first month or so, I asked the head cardiologist every time I saw him for a rough estimate of when I'd be able to leave. He never answered anything in a straightforward way, but told me to wait and see if the treatment and surgeries worked. So, I idly observed the scar that those surgeries had left on my chest slowly change its appearance over time, thinking of it as some kind of an omen. This guy's turning to an emo prick, so I'm gonna do my best in this playthrough to get him to be the most enthusiastic person in the world. I still ask the head cardiologist about leaving, but my expectations are low enough now that I'm not disappointed anymore when I don't get a reply. Ooh, he's gonna die, isn't he? The way he shuffles around the answer shows that there's at least some hope. At some point, I stopped watching TV. I don't know why. I just did. Maybe it was the wrong kind of escapism for my situation. I started reading and said, yes, because instead you're gonna escape through a book instead. Oh my gosh. What's wrong with you? There was a small library at the hospital, although it was more like a storeroom for books. I began working my way through it, one small stack at a time. After consuming them, I would go back for more. I found that I liked reading, and I think I even became a little bit addicted. I started feeling naked without a book in my hands. Yeah, I think you're, instead of a bit addicted, actually just addicted. But I love the stories. That was what my life was. Are we gonna go into a book? This was about. It's like Sword Art Online, except a book instead. The days became increasingly harder to distinguish from each other, differing only by the book I was reading and the weather outside. Are you serious? That's the whole... Dude, stop being emo. It felt like time blurred into some kind of gooey mass. I was trapped inside, instead of moving within. A week could go by without me really noticing it. Maybe you're just reading too slowly. I can read a book in a day, man. I know. Sometimes I'd pause in realization that I didn't know what the day of the week it was. Sometimes. Say, what day is it again? Oh, man. My parents' birthday already passed. But other times, all the things that surrounded me would painfully crash into my conscious through the barrier of nonchalance I had set up for myself. The pages of my book would start to feel sharp and burning hot, and the heaviness in my chest would become so hard to bear that I had to put the book aside. Yeah, you're dying. You're dead, man. And just lay down for a while, looking at the ceiling as if I was going to cry. But that happened only rarely. And I couldn't even cry. Is he writing this down or rereading this, like, later? Today, the doctor comes in and gives me a smile. He seems excited, but not very. It's like he's trying to make an effort to be happy on my behalf. My parents are here. It's been a few days since I've last seen them. Both of them are even sort of dressed up. Is this supposed to be some kind of special occasion? It's not a party. There is this ritual the head cardiologist has. He takes his time sorting his papers and setting them aside, as if to make a point of the pointlessness of what he just did. Then he casually sits down on the edge of the bed next to mine. He looks me in the eyes for a moment. Hello, Hisao. How are you doing today? I don't answer him, but I smile a little bit back at him. I believe that you can go home. Your heart is stronger now, and with some precautions, you should be fine. Oh, well, he didn't die. The weird thing is, the description is like, I'm gonna die in the next few days. And apparently he's not gonna die, so that's good. We have all your medication sorted out. I'll give your father the prescription. The doctor hands a sheet of paper to my dad, whose expression turns wooden as he reads it quickly. So many. I take it from his hand and take a look myself, feeling numb. How am I supposed to react to this? Heparin, nightmares, something. Dyspnea, diarrhea. Heart block. What are those? I'm just reading I'm reading all the random words on the screen. The absurdly long list of medications start staring back at me from the paper. Seems insurmountable. They all blend together in a sea of letters. Alright guys, well I'm gonna end off here. Part 2 will be coming rather soon. So, yeah. See you later.